Dear friends, Shabbat Shalom. This Shabbat we'll be reading the Torah portion of Korach, which talks about the rebellion of the Jewish people against Moshe. Different to all the rebellions that the Jews had in the desert, where they were fighting God, both through the golden calf, refusing to go into Israel, complaining about the food that they're getting miraculously from heaven. This one was directed to Moshe as the leader of the Jewish people, and trying to unseat Moshe and get rid of that position of leadership of Moshe. And we find that to this, God responded very strongly and immediately quashed this rebellion. By all those leaders who joined Korach were consumed by fire, and Korach and his family were swallowed up alive by the ground, something that never happened before or after within the Bible and any Jewish scriptures. But one of the things we find in this story is how Moshe was a man of God with a tremendous love for every single Jew, every one of his flock. And even when they were holding their rebellion against him, Moshe was seeking ways, how can I somehow get through to these people to stop this rebellion which will hurt them? Not me. Moshe was not worried that he will be hurt by this, but he was worried about these people. And some of them were well-known rabble-rousers. And not only was he worried, he went to them. He didn't summon them and they came to him. He went to them, knocked on their door, said, please, I want to help you. This is never about me. This is about you. And they refused. And therefore we're told that this argument was Korach and his people. Moshe was never a part of this argument. He never took a side. He only was trying to stop them from getting the punishment that they got and sinning further. This great attribute of Moshe is really a hallmark of the true, consummate Jewish leader. An outpouring of love for every one of their flock. Caring for everyone, not only when they behave and do what they want, or when they follow them and they accept their leadership, but just because they are a member of their flock, they are part of the Jewish people, they are ready to fight and do everything to reach them somehow, to awaken within them their godliness, their purity, and to get them away from the path that they had chosen, which is hurtful to themselves. This Shabbos, we mark the third day of Tammuz, the 28th yahrzeit of our dear Rebbe, the leader of our generation, who has aroused a people, who has inspired thousands as his own personal emissaries to every corner of the globe, and many thousands of others to become leaders and movers and shakers of their community, and not to remain just internally focused, but to externally focus their abilities to help the Jewish people grow stronger, become more united. And the Rebbe didn't rest until every single Jew would be reached. No matter if the Jew agreed with him or was devout in the Torah mitzvahs. If they were a Jew, the Rebbe was there for them. And his reach was even beyond. But specifically for the Jewish people, it was unstoppable. And he didn't rest, as he said many times, until every Jew would be taken care of, physically, materially, and spiritually. And this is how the Rebbe, the Moshe Rabbeinu of our generation, taught us how we have to look at a fellow Jew. So when we mark the yahrzeit of a Rebbe and we try to take all the great things of his life and focus on them and have some introspection, there's so much to aspire to. The Rebbe's great knowledge, the Rebbe's great devoutness in Torah and mitzvahs, the Rebbe's flowing of ideas, helping shape the way we approach study from Chumash to the most deepest subject of the Kabbalah. But one thing the Rebbe taught us above all is how to be a giant in Ahavat Yisrael and love of a fellow Jew. And this is something we can all aspire to and bring into our lives. To look at a fellow Jew, not only as a brother and a sister, but as even more important than us. We're ready to put ourselves aside to help our fellow Jew, physically, materially, and spiritually. So let's take this message and try to do something in honor of the Rebbe's Yahrzeit this week in the realm of Avat Yisrael. Go out of your way for a fellow Jew. Maybe someone who you didn't get along with, you're not talking to, someone who's trying to get you help, but you're ignoring them, whatever it is. Sometimes it's people that are around you that you love, but you're not doing enough for them. Make it happen. Do it in honor of the Rebbe. Shabbat Shalom. God bless you. We love you all. Candlelighting time, Montreal, 8:28 p.m.